Back away, back away. You're dead.
Fuck me.
All right, go ahead and take your boots off as well. Okay. And then once you're at 78, 75%, go ahead and switch to your mage gear. Click on your ice barrage, rotate your camera. Okay. You're gonna have to freeze his 3 as well. Off. There you go.
And I go back to range.
Yes. Rotate your camera more facing north. Off your square. Alright, do you see those grates along the wall?
Yeah.
That's where the crabs will spawn. From front to back, by closest to you and back, north 1, 2, 3, and 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, those 4.
Yep, those grates. That's where the crabs will spawn. Go ahead and freeze that blood spawn for him. Nice dodge. Freeze that blood spawn. Alright, click on your barrage and be by the first one. Yep. Freeze the second one. And freeze the third one. Do you see how those 2 3s clumped?
Yeah.
That's what you want every time. Either in that squat, either that square, or the next one. Typically, the south guy will DPS the pile.
Yeah.
And then at about between 38 and 35%, switch to your freeze or your range or mage gear. Go ahead and switch. Get ready. You can freeze that blood spawn. Do you have your augury on? Yep, go ahead and do that. And you're gonna miss 3s. You're a tick late. That's okay. Then you can just DPS the boss.
Happy days.
For your first time, go ahead and freeze the, yep, and just focus the boss. After 30s, just focus the boss. You don't have to kill the blood spawns.
Yeah.
And technically, melee is best DPS here, but I CBA meleeing her before 30%.
Yeah.
Did you forget a salve?
Dropped
Nope.
it.
Ah. That's actually pretty smart because salves are free. And then, so do you know the trick here?
Yeah.
Sweet. So hopefully that guy runs in first without hesitating, but he probably won't. Nope. So as soon as you enter that first door, make sure that everyone's relatively close.
Yeah.
And then as soon, if you're the first one through, you're gonna book it through that barrier and just hold down the 1 key so that way you enter ASAP. If you do that, he will go down closer to the door and it'll allow your teammates to get an extra hit in.
Okay.
Instead of him going down here in the corner or past. See how it's kind of messy?
Yeah.
You might be able to get one more. Yeah.
Maybe.
I think you could have, as long as you click back on your XP drop on tick.
Okay.
If you have the idea, just dodge your hands. Big boys down. Stand on the other side. You'll be closer to safety. Yep. And back.
I'm taking damage.
You're dead.
Fucking hell. I should have left. I shouldn't have gone for that last hit.
Getting stunned is what killed you. Because either you miss the last hit and you're not in a rush to get back around the corner and you live. Do you have NPC indicator tiles on?
No.
Oh.
Can I put that on?
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
And take off this one.
It's like wigging out.
Oh, maybe it's got this thing on the side. Is that better?
We'll see. Oh, I don't know what you did, but now I have full screen for it.
Down here.
What role are you doing?
I have no idea.
Oh, rip.
I do either, I guess. I'd say melee east. That's the only one I've been doing.
Okay. Yeah, stick with one thing. Since you have freezes, if you see a lot of mages, just throw some barrages to help the guy out. Because it's... learning mage is pretty rough, and... arguably, when you're low KC like this, that's probably the easiest thing you can do to get through Nilos consistently. If you do this one roll consistently, you probably know when you have downtime. If you do, you can just throw on your trident and do one hit, but it's not required. I think the north or south, yeah, one of those two are... Yeah, nice job picking the right aggro. Sweet, nice job. Focus aggros first, always.
Okay.
And if you don't want to put on your hood, you don't have to.
Okay.
Make it easy on yourself. Yep, melee aggro. Yep, focus the aggro. I think yep, that one. Oh, north one again. Or south. Alright, so here should be where you start barraging.
Okay. Do I barrage only the blue ones?
Yes, only the blue ones. And honestly, if you just click on anywhere on the pillars, you should be doing fine. And just a tip, try zooming out.
Okay.
So you can see more of the whole field.
Yeah.
And you can see all the pillar healths. You can keep barraging.
Okay. Just permanently barrage now, or?
Yeah. Focus that southeast pillar, because it's about to go down. And in the southwest.
This way, my event gets a mess.
Yep, that's okay.
Did one die?
Yeah, you had one die from the pillars.
Waffle. God.
And don't forget to range pop whenever you have a second. Prayers first, and then switches. Take your time. There's no rush, no worries. Protection prayers first, always.
Yeah.
Honestly, you don't even have to use the boosting prayers.
Okay.
Make it easy. TOB is all about as little mistakes as you can make, and don't forget your prayers. Simplify it so that way, as you learn, and you don't have to juggle near as many things in your head that you're thinking about, then you can add in that stuff. Because honestly, you got chanced a couple times.
Am I worth 2? Am I what, 2-3?
Sure.
I'm assuming I'm 2-3, really.
You have a mage coming to you. Did you see that range across?
Yeah.
So you're looking at what he shoots out instead of what's coming at you. Sweet, nice job. step off and brew up. I think you still might be in melee range there. I'm not sure. Range to you. After this room, I'll talk to you about it.
Yeah.
So he makes that noise when he shoots out a ball. Ooh. Just brew up. Do not stand in melee distance either. Meet in the middle. And you're gonna take like 23 worth of damage, I believe. One of you needs a prey range. And then mage. Yep, nice job.
Big days.
So your biggest problem was getting hit by the balls that came through Soat from your cross partner. Soat is one of those bosses where you have to be proactive instead of reactive. Pay attention to the balls that he shoots out and then who they go to, instead of looking for what's coming towards you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So by 3 restores and the rest brews. And happy days.
You can take some stuff that's on the ground too if you want.
Did I have any? I think I had like 1 point left. I don't know. Okay, so proactive rather than reactive. So just looking at where the ball's coming from.
So he makes that little noise whenever he shoots one out every time, right?
Yeah.
So when you hear that noise, start looking for who it's going to.
Okay.
He has 14 points left. Ask for 2 brews.
I've got so many left. We'll chat. Probably by this. That's a male.
So here, Zarpus actually looks in orb order.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised at how many people did not know that.
I think it's random.
Yeah. Are those dragon or rune darts?
Addy.
Addy. I would recommend at least rune. Yeah, for chambers, I don't really... Addy's great, but...
Yeah.
So he'll never look in the same place twice.
Okay.
So go back to... go where he's looking now. Attack. Go where he's looking now. Attack him. Go where he's looking now. Oh, rip. Those are my favorite.
For you, boy.
So Zarpus will always change which quadrant he's looking in. Every, like, 2 cycles of his flaps. I think it's every 8 or 9 ticks. No?
Yeah.
No, is it 11? I don't know.
Am I first spec?
You are.
Uh,
Just drop a brew. You're fine.
yeah. Do I spec when I'm thingied?
While you're what?
When everyone's at the first, do you know when everyone's hitting the boss first time? You get
Oh.
like 3 scythe hits in. Do I spec then?
Yep.
Or...
Yeah. So so it's more important to get your specs off during P1 than it is anything else.
Okay.
That's fine. Just what are they saying?
I can take it. Oh, he had a shard.
Yeah. It can be helpful to call which spot you're going in, like northeast, southeast.
Yeah.
The 2 scythes need to be split apart on opposite sides. So that way the whippers can hit it. There can be 1 on each side.
So here, I want to spec twice, drop staff instantly at second spec, and then scythe hit once.
Yep. And if you're late, it's okay, just run back.
Okay.
The main thing here is just to get your specs off and not take a mage attack from her. That's your goal.
Yeah. Who starts it?
You do, because you're first. And run back. Here early. I think you were literally 1 tick early. Humble. Wait till her legs are all the way up. Now. Yep. And you have a couple ticks to play with, so it's not...
Who's next?
To be honest with you, I don't know who everyone is. You should be next. Because you have spec for sure. Oh. Just brew up and get to the safe spot. It's okay to skip one. You don't do any damage dead.
Really. Kitchen has spec, right?
I think you're late. Nope. Last hit on pillar. You could also just go up and attack her as well once, but... Oh, hell. You are so lucky.
Whew.
Alright.
Alright, this is what I've never done before, sorry.
Go south one. Okay, you don't have... You can use the same squares. You don't need to go a pizza slice. Pop your crabs. Brew up. Yep. Just click back to the same square. Attack. Back. There you go. Brew up. Is brew up to full? So every chain swing you need to click.
Okay.
There you go. Get in the rhythm first. Click. You're in crab. Nice job. Alright, you're in the cycle now. As long as you stay on tick. Yep, and number 3. XP drop and back. There you go, you just did it. Skip. You're in the cycle. That was number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Okay, go. Keep walking. I'd much rather you learn how to scythe. Alright, that's number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Back. Bounce. No. There you go. There's number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Skip.
I need to skip that, do I?
Yeah, you need to skip that one. Back away, back away. You're dead.
Fuck me.
So you will take damage from a couple different things. You will take damage from the crabs exploding, but also that purple one, wherever it lands, it does tiered damage around it as well, just like the exploding Nilos do. When you scythe walk, you don't need to do pizza slices like with 4-tick weapons. You can just use the same square.
I think what I was afraid of was being bounced. I wasn't staying closer to the Verzik, like, for as long. I should have been staying closer for longer.
Yeah, I would much rather you learn by getting bounced than doing all these weird movements.
Yeah, okay.
Does that make sense? Because the more you get bounced, the more you're going to get a feel for when you shouldn't be there.
Okay, yeah.
And it's probably going to take you 3-4 phase 2s to really get it down like 75-80%. But once you can start to identify when that dangerous tick is, that's really where your mechanics start to improve.
I believe in the Inferno chads. Go on, fellas. Yeah, I hadn't Scythe P2 before. I've only like been told just to whip it. That's
Yeah, I mean, you can, do a 4-tick thing and just skip every other attack, but I don't think that's really worth using the Scythe for.
no.
You might as well just use a whip at that point.
Okay. Yeah, I understand a lot more now. I need to be closer.
Yep. When you do with the Scythe, you only need to use really 2 squares. Yeah, look at how this Infernal guy's doing it. He's literally Scythe walking with a whip, which is totally okay.
On alpha. So is it only going to bounce on that 4th attack as well?
Yes.
When it shoot. Okay.
Yeah, as long as you are like lined up in the cycle. If you do it wrong, you only get bounced on that 4th one.
Okay.
Have you watched any of Purple God's videos? Let me see if I can find Purple God's video on this, because I'm pretty sure he has a good Scythe walking video.
I heard Nick made a good video as well.
Oh no, Purple God, yeah. It has like the visual that I like really help me out. Let's see. I'm gonna go put it in top help as well. Out. I'm still getting used to this whole Discord. Holy junk. There we go. Eminem, we're just watching the guy that's learning. He ran out of brews on P2 learning how to Scythe walk. But that's totally to be expected whenever you're trying to learn how to do it. Oh. And also for P3, do you know how to tank P3?
No.
This is going to be the easiest way, like for the easiest queue. If you... Oh, that was a bounce. Hopefully they send her to P3 right here. Yeah. Hopefully it's the Inferno guy that gets tanked because...
God.
No. So do you see how for the tank it's the last hit splat?
Yeah.
As soon as you, like it's about to hit splat you, that's whenever you make sure you're outside of Vernyk's, or not Verzik's melee attack range.
Okay.
And for the one tick that he attacked, he was within it.
Okay.
And... grab.
Now we should attack. Now we should attack.
Nope, he should be away from her then.
Okay.
And he should be under or away. And here's webs. Learning how to run webs is actually a really easy way to carry as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you can T-bow it, but... And you should always go clockwise. Unless it's purples and it's all just a confubble and she's about dead. Like the guy in the T-bow is actually screwing it up. I mean, if he really wants to, he could just stay in his T-bow and run around the room. That wouldn't be a melee. And a melee. There he goes. That's an easy way to do it too. It's
Yeah.
not as effective because you will get hit with her attacks a lot sooner and you won't have time to change your prayer. GG, my mans.
Let's see if this fella can do it.
Melee. He's just gonna go 1-to-1. See how soon he got hit with that 17? He has literally melee. He has no time to change his prayers if you stand under her and tank that way.
Okay.
Which it's okay to do to learn, to get a feel for it, but yeah, this guy just PK'd everyone with his melees.
So he should have just stayed under him and just let someone else tank.
Yeah, with how poor he is at tanking, yeah, he should let someone else. Melee.
There we go.
Okay, so that means you know. So for bloat, an easy way to avoid hands, especially if you have to run. You know how you can skip through the lightning?
Yeah.
You can skip through the falling hands as well.
Okay.
You just can't skip Soat and Zarpus stuff.
Okay.
But you can skip webs like that as well.
Just run where they're supposed to be. Run through them, per se, when they're about to land.
Even whenever they, yeah, for the hands, yeah. If you know how you, do you know how the running mechanics work though? Like basically whenever you run, the game's only, like basically you're teleporting a tile.
Yeah.
So if you run, that middle tile, you're not even registering over. So that's where you can skip over the falling hands and the webs. But Zarpus Poison doesn't work that way, and Sodat Segs like Maze and all that doesn't work that way either.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, carry rolls is S1, 2, 4 Freezing South, 1, 2, and 4 in Maging Nilo. That's definitely a carry roll, and then you can carry your team through Sodat Seg as well if you learn how to take Eat the Ball.
Yeah.
Which actually, that one's a really easy thing to learn.
So freezing is carry, mage is carry. Freezing, maiden, Nilo's mage is carry.
I would say
carry easy, I guess, if people don't make it start sprinting around.
Oops.
And then solo and so Zarpus is free.
Yep. Freezing Nilos, actually freezing North Nilos is harder than freezing South. Because you can't really miss more than like 2 or 3 ticks if you're freezing North. So let's say you're gonna raid on a US Westworld being from or Western Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be tick perfect pretty much because you're already gonna be a tick or 2 behind just because of ping.